right.
Dr. Carey here. I'm talking about menopause today. Okay. First joke. Why is it called menopause? No, I'm kidding. Menopause is when obviously your menstruation pauses, which is like forever. We cycle through during our reproductive years, and in order to understand this, we've got to go way back to neuroendocrine cycles. Okay, your brain and your neurology is directly linked to your hormones. We forget that neurology is hardwired internet, and hormones are wireless internet. It's a messaging system, okay? So when your neurons are working really good, your hormones are lower. When the message doesn't get through, the hormones get higher. When the message has exhausted itself, sometimes it just drops or there's an actual problem. So sometimes you're not getting enough, sometimes you're getting too much, it can't hit a receptor, which means a key can't get in the lock. And then sometimes toxicity makes like a fuzzy TV channel. So the message is there, can't make sense of it because there's so much interrupting the signal. Now we associate hormonal imbalance and female health with age. Age is a touchy subject. Sure, you've been around a while to collect more toxins, be more stressed, right? Some of us learn lessons and really outgrow and conquer some of these things, and we have less side effects because we're less stressed about it. So menopause is really, we could really break it down to toxic liver imbalances, genetic mutations that affect the liver, because your liver affects your cholesterol, and cholesterol is a building block of all hormones. At the office here, we've got creams. Creams don't have side effects like pills. So when you look into hormonal replacement and you're doing pellets and creams and patches, your body has the ability to take it or leave it. And when you take it oral, it's kind of getting in there no matter what. You're getting too high of a dose. So you have a lot of side effects associated with that. So we like to go the gentle route because the body's gentle. The first thing we look at is let's take out neuroendocrine disruptors like pesticides, really cheap clothing, plastics, really toxic air, right? All of these things hit our liver. Drinking. I cannot tell you how many times I've been yelled at about people who really, really insist on their wine or their drink per night or their tequila. They get a little angry with me when I keep bringing up inflammation, liver, and hormones, okay? It isn't normal to just gain weight when you're old. It's not normal to have night sweats and just be upset with everything, you know? So there's this anger that starts really getting associated with addictions and relationship failures. And maybe you're disappointing your kids. Maybe you're not sleeping well. Maybe you're just sweating at night. Maybe you have low estrogen and you're not sweating. It's pain. You just hurt all the time or every time you play sports. You know, I've had low estrogen since 28. I've been a high testosterone female because of competitions and competing. So these types of neuroendocrine imbalances started very, very young for me. I had to get very savvy in this. You can read 200 books, or I could save you the time. And you go on my website at karacairo.com. You can fill out the hormonal assessment. It will ask you questions that give you a profile of the top 30 hormones that start becoming excessive or deficient. Both are problems. Sometimes your symptoms are a symptom of either. The questions will be fairly repetitive, but it saves you an entire visit. And it lets us know how we could put in blood work for you and get very specific and review it with you. You can't just go in and ask your primary for these things. When they work for an institution, they can only run the tests that lab's equipped to perform. It's not common for them to send a requisition out to another lab. They'll just tell you they can't run it. So we don't have those limitations since we work with so many private labs. We found a way to get all these tests done. Now there's different things that happen in women's health. We can have pure deficiencies, low cholesterol, you can't make hormones. Can't work out, can't make hormones. Can't get a grip on your emotions, can't properly make hormones. And so that's really important. Thyroid and anemia and adrenal are the other endocrine glands that come in and play a big piece in menopause. Anemia is a terrible thing. It's just getting off the couch. I just can't get up, right? It's extreme iron deficiency, Where'd I put my keys? Oh, why do I always forget that? You know, these frustrating moments are just too much coming at you, not being able to handle social situations where it's really loud or there's too much coming at you. Anemia really is a full body issue. All your muscles, your brain cells, everything's not okay. So when you're iron deficient, we're in trouble. So we've got really good iron support for people that run anemic. And we have stress time. So there's so much information on adaptocrines. I feel like talking about it might be a little overkill. But adaptocrines help boost all your adrenals. And we have something called adrenal stim and adrenal calm. So if people have a hard time sleeping, we put them on adrenal calm, selenium, and a stress sign on a routine and make sure they don't eat past 4. They do pretty well. That's pretty cheap, right? If we're above 50 and we're definitely lacking hormones, we do urine tests, see what you're processing, fill in if you're low. Everyone does that, but they got to figure out why you're low. It may not just be age, right? So we get into those details with the forms. And then there are other cofactor hormones. Vitamin D can act like a hormone, can really affect how well you actually produce. And then we have these fun little packets. Look at how cool this is. When somebody's going through the menses and it's random, because you start getting heavy periods, light periods, no periods, right? It's quite torturous. We have general female endocrine packets, which has like borage oil and black currant seed oil and the hypothalamus, the neuroendocrine, so that you become more regular and less surprised by spotting and all sorts of, you know, nobody wants to go in public and have a diaper or not be able to be intimate with your partner because you're too dry or sex is too painful, right? That you can have a lot of low estrogen, low libido, you're just not interested in them. This can get really in between relationships. We have teas for time of the month, so some people are a little bit more into natural. We have so much here for women's health. I've used a lot of these things over the years since 28 because I didn't want to age faster, and in my mid 40s, you know, I get to do perimenopause for the next decade and continue to do competitive sports and not bat an eyelash or get a bunch of fractures or start leaning towards osteoporosis because I didn't take care of it. So whether it's creams, supplements, or all the above, we can get you really comfortable through the transition. No excuses, by bringing the heart, the body, the soul, the cells, and that really supports long-term hormone balancing in the long run and some fun aging, actually. All right, aloha, you guys. Have a good day. We'll see ya.